and this is not really somebody's making. It only happens because Almighty wanted it to happen.
Sure.
So I'm grateful for that.
Very important.
But the country Uganda became Uganda when other people came in, foreigners. Some people came in here. So public will allow me to read a small report here.
Okay.
To give proper records.
No problem. No problem. No problem, Right Honorable Prime
Please,
Minister.
you allow me.
Please.
Uganda in building this formal legislative institution started when His Excellency Sir Robert Caridon took his place as the first president of the Legislative Council on 23rd Wednesday, March 2021 in the High Court chambers in Entebbe. Others in the council included the 4 ex-officio members, Chief Secretary, the Attorney General, the Treasurer, and the Principal Medical Officer, and the 3 unofficial nominated members. 2 of them were whites, and 1 was to be nominated from the Indian community. All were to work in the interests of public work of the protectorate.
Exactly. At that time.
At that time we were protectorate. The Parliament of Uganda is charged with making laws for order, development, and good governance. This is the 11th Parliament since the legislature was established in Uganda. Various laws have been passed, like the Environment Act, petroleum laws, taxation laws, procurement, education, to name about a few. Parliament carries out oversights on the executive to ensure accountability of public funds and the provisions of services to the people of Uganda.
Okay.
This includes reports of the Auditor General, Human Rights Commissions, Inspectorate of Government, Treasury, memorandum.
Okay.
Parliament ensures representation of the people of Uganda through their democratically elected leaders who are directly elected MPs representing constituencies, district women representatives, workers representatives, UPDF representatives, PWD representatives, and MPs representing the elderly who will join
the coming parliament.
Starting 11th parliament. Appropriation is another role played by Parliament. It ensures that funds are appropriated to the various MDAs to provide the services to the people and ensure security, stability, and the development of the country.
Can I just ask you, Mr. Prime Minister, which is the most memorable parliament that you've been to, and that most memorable event that you've actually seen happen in parliament for all the time that God has allowed you to be in there?
But I was thought you come with this question after.
Oh, you want to finish the reading?
Well, I want to finish the reading
okay, sir.
So that I give the good background.
Oh, thank you very much. You are flipping the other side?
I'm already going on the other side.
Okay, that's...
Parliament also during the budget process passes laws imposing taxes on the citizens as one of the sources of revenue to support development. Parliament protects and upholds the Constitution and ensures that the tenets of democracy are upheld by ensuring free and fair elections as well as protection of human rights. Parliamentary business within plenary and committees are well covered with the different media houses, which includes the spirit of accountability and transparency. This is due to good respect of laws that this House makes. The law-making process is transparent. Committees conduct public hearings where members of the public can submit their views and propose legislation. This government has ensured that the laws are for the people, which has increased acceptability of the laws passed by Parliament. Bills would be brought to the Council and debated, but majority majorly depended on the interests of the protectorate government and not a common man. Today's Parliament work for the interests of all Ugandans, and the bills come from both the government side and the private member of the House for all interests. I call upon all Ugandans to support the legislature in order to make good laws for the order, peace, stability, and a good governance of the country.
Okay.
Now, you can...
Thank you so much, Right Honorable Prime Minister. I just asked you a question of your most memorable moment in the House, and as far as legislation is concerned, because we know that individually you can actually say this particular bill that was debated upon or passed or enacted into law, to me, was the epitome of my being in the House.
Well, but I think I've been in the House for quite some time, but the progress I've seen from '86 to now, I think is a good progress, and I do appreciate, and it is really aimed at supporting the public. And everything done can be seen is the effect of good governance.
Okay.
Many laws have been passed by the Parliament in good for the people and for the good of the country. And we have seen since '89, many things has been going forward. So I think everybody has got advantage.
For all these years, from 1921 that we just talked about, fast forward to independence, come again to 1986 where we're also talking about, do you look at this Parliament as one that has lived the aspirations of the people, or we feel that there are things that have not gone right with the Parliament, and of course as another pillar of governance or government?
But since this government, this Parliament came to in existence in '86, there's some stability.
There's some stability.
And I think this country has never experienced this type of stability
for these years
continuously for 35 years. It is this government, and I think that shows that Parliament has brought stability. The law that Parliament has passed has brought stability. All this including security, finance, everything that I think we should consider this is a very important.
People have accused the government of making very good laws and failing to implement the good laws that they've done. The office of the Prime Minister, of course, we know that it holds the implementation mechanism or the implementation units of government. Why do people say that we have good laws and we are not implementing these good laws? What could be the missing link in the legislation and the implementation of what we've legislated?
I think the people, it's not the government that can implement it. It's the government needs cooperation of the people. People talk of there should be corruption. There should be law against corruption, but corruption is going on. And the corruption is done by the people themselves, not by the government. And if the government staff do corruption, they do it individually, not as the government. So these are people also. So definitely, everybody must be blamed.
Okay. How about the quality of debate itself? Let's not go very far away, but let's start with 86 now. Coming on and on, looking the CA of 495, subsequently those are the parliaments that came on after getting and promulgating a constitution. The quality of the debate that you people had at that time and the quality of debate that we've had over the years, how do you look at it and what do you think needs to be done to get back to those days that we all miss over those very vanguard and strong debates?
Well, I think what happens now, it happens according to what is the situation surrounding the members of parliament themselves. People now access information easily.
Very easily.
And therefore people are more informed than previously. And when they are informed, they know, then they will say what they know. Whether it's true or not, but I think they know something. So I think the standard of debate is a little bit higher in a sense that people base their argument on what they know. And they give example, you cannot deny it. Yeah. And that also keeps government on its toes.
Okay. Do you look at parliament as helping us progress, or it is impeding progress in one way? Because there are certain things that we want to see happen, then when they are brought to parliament, then you hear that parliament has come in to stop this or stop that. Do you look at parliament as helping us progress, or parliament is again impeding our aspirations for development?
Parliament, I think, is not impeding. Parliament instead is warning people.
Warning us.
Is warning you something is going to happen. People are getting a bit scared because if Parliament talk about it, then they rather take it easy or slow. So it is not really impeding, but it is scaring people that they know already, because there's a lot of information floating around. Say, Parliament come and say, we know this is happening. And you ask yourself, is it true? Yes. So people are exposed of their intended wrong intention.
Okay, well, it's 100 years of parliament, and we are going to be part of the celebrations as they continue unfolding and happening, and we're just very honored that we've had you speak to us and speak to the public out there. What could be your message to Ugandans who are viewing us and watching us now, and what is that particular message that you have from you as General Ali, and then maybe from you as Prime Minister?
I think we should join hands with the government and let us be compliant for the sake of our people, for the sake of our country, let us achieve what government is aiming at for us. And that's why I say join the hands of the government for more progress, for the good of the country.
Okay. Well, thank you so much. And to the people in Germany, I also want to say good morning to them and thanking them for having allowed to give you to us.
Well, my people of Germany, I'm happy for giving me another term. And you are ever electing me is blessed by the government, whichever government, especially this one, keeping me in a position of responsibility. And I'm glad for that. And I also owe this for you people.
Okay.
Without your cooperation with me, I will not be here. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you so much, the people of Germany, for having allowed to actually give us General Ali all the time to serve the country of Uganda. Now, to just let you know that UBC TV today decided to actually be at Parliament here to do this to celebrate 100 years of our Parliament. It was on this day in 1921. And we want to thank the leadership of the Parliament, the Right Honorable Speaker, and all the leadership cascaded down to say thank you so much for having allowed to be for having allowed us to come and interact with you here in Parliament today. And of course, let the public know that later in the afternoon, of course, the celebrations will be on live on UBC TV, and we just implore that stay tuned in to be part of what has happened, to know where Parliament came from and where Parliament is today. Lots of things going to happen. Thanking a team of UBC TV and everybody who has made this happen. My name is Jagenda Sebakola Ziksoka on behalf of everybody. Thanking you so much and saying good morning and bye for now until we return later with the celebrations. Stay tuned.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala.